bones. But one day there will come a woman who will see in you the knight in shining armor.
Mhm.
It is God who gives that highly charged chemistry between a certain man and a certain woman. My wife told me she thought I was the knight in shining armor.
Mhm.
I want to tell you how it ended. Perhaps you have seen the television commercial of the knight in armor riding across the scene holding a can of cleanser. Do you know where he ended up? In that kitchen. Now that I am retired, that is where I have ended up. A friend of mine told me, now that you are retired, do things with your wife. When she washes the dishes, you wash the dishes with her. When she mops the floor, you mop the floor with her.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not about to do that, but I surely do wash dishes more than I ever did before. Now, let me say a word to you if you are a young woman. Perhaps you are not beautiful of face or figure. God never said you would attract every male. Only animals do that. 99 men will pass you by and see no more in you than that Kipling describes as a rag, rag, a bone, and a hunk of hair. That's where that came in.
Okay, yeah.
It was the female instead of the male. But anyway,
Yeah.
but one day there will come by a man who will love you if you are the right kind of person. You will become his inspiration. You may inspire him to greatness, perhaps to write a book or to compose a masterpiece. If you are his inspiration, do not ignore him. Do not run from him. God may have put you together
Mhm.
for that very purpose. You may be saying, Preacher, you're in the realm of theory. What uh, what you are talking about is idealistic. It should be good in a storybook, but it doesn't happen in real life. You're wrong. It does happen. Matthew Henry wrote the the dreariest commentary I have ever read in my life. But I want you to tell you, he had a wonderful romantic life as a young preacher. You would never think in reading his commentary that he was ever a romantic, but he was. In London, he met a girl who belonged to nobility. He was just a poor boy. But he fell in love with her and she loved him. Finally, she went to her father to tell him about it, and her father tried to discourage her. He said, That young man has no background. You don't even know where he came from. She answered, You're right. I don't know where he came from, but I know where he is going, and I want to go with him, she said.
Mm.
Nathaniel Hawthorne was a clerk. He worked in a government customs office in New York City. And he was fired for inefficiency.
Mm.
He came home. I think a lot of them, presidents came out of that office. They
Mm.
stuffed their pocket. But anyway, he came home and sat down discouraged and defeated. His wife came up and put her arm around him and said, Now, Nathaniel, you can do what you always wanted to do. You can write. He wrote The House of the Seven Gables and The Scarlet Letter, The Great
Wow.
Stone Face, and other great works. So you see, it does work out in life. It has worked out in the lives of a multitude of folks. Paul's instructions regarding the home, teaching that the Christian home is to be a mirror of the relation between Christ and the church. Christ's relationship to the church is different from the relationship of husband and wife in that Christ is the head of the church and he is the savior of the body.
Yeah.
And the husband is not the savior of the wife, but in the realm of submission, the wife should be subject to the husband and the Lord and to the